Hey friends, welcome to Speak English Podcast. I'm David, and today I'm joined by the brilliant Sarah. Grab a comfy seat, relax your shoulders, and let's make speaking English feel light, fun, and doable.
Thanks, David. Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah. I'm glad you're here to practice with us. Let's drop the fear of mistakes, breathe, and enjoy the ride. Today we'll play with words until your sentences flow naturally.
What if you could build clear sentences as fast as stacking Lego blocks? In this episode, you'll learn a snap-on method that turns ideas into speech quickly, even when you forget a word or feel a bit stuck.
Stay with us, because in minutes you'll speak longer, smoother sentences without translating. We'll start small, add details, and connect ideas so your English sounds spontaneous, confident, and real.
If you're ready to train your speaking muscles, tap like, subscribe, and ring the bell. You'll get weekly speaking workouts, and you'll help this episode reach other learners who need a friendly push today.
Keep watching, grab a pen if you like, and warm up your voice. Next, we'll reveal the simple technique step by step, then practice it together so you can start using it today in real conversations.
Let's start by naming the approach. Core, Detail, Connect. A simple speaking frame that helps you turn a small idea into a longer sentence quickly by starting with a tiny core, layering short details like time, place, reason, and manner, and then linking your thoughts with easy connectors so your message grows naturally, stays organized, and keeps your mouth moving without getting tangled or losing your breath, no matter your topic or level.
The core is the heartbeat of your sentence, a compact subject plus action, sometimes with an object, that gets your voice moving in the first second. Instead of hunting for perfect grammar, you choose a clear subject like I, you, we, or people, and a simple verb like want, like, need, or learn, acting like a green light that tells you to go now, not later. So your mind relaxes and space opens to add more meaning comfortably.
The details step adds small, movable pieces. When, where, how often, with whom, and why. That snap around your core without stress. And because each detail is short, you can reorder them, skip them, or swap them without breaking the flow, which keeps your rhythm steady and prevents the pressure of building a giant sentence all at once, while your idea is still forming and your confidence is still growing.
The connect step threads your ideas together with simple words such as and, but, so, because, then, after, before, or however, creating a chain that moves forward with purpose. And this forward motion matters because it turns separate thoughts into a story, letting your speaking feel spontaneous and confident while still giving you a structure you can trust under pressure, without needing fancy vocabulary to sound clear and natural.
What makes this method powerful is its speed-first philosophy. You speak in short beats, keep your breath relaxed, and postpone tiny corrections until the end of your thought, which protects your confidence, prevents freezing on one missing word, and trains your brain to think in English chunks rather than translating piece by piece or waiting for a perfect sentence to magically appear. So momentum becomes your best friend.
To use it in real time, picture your sentence as 3 lanes on a road. Core gives you the green light, detail adds small exits for meaning, and connect merges you back into the main flow. So even when you feel unsure, you always know the next safe move, and you can keep driving the conversation forward smoothly without sudden stops, detours, or mental traffic jams, keeping your message strong and easy to follow.
You can scale the method to your level by keeping the core extremely simple at first, perhaps just 2 or 3 words, then adding 1 brief detail and 1 connector. And as comfort grows, you add more layers, always checking that each piece is short enough to say in one breath and easy enough to remember. So you build length without losing clarity or control in real conversations across different situations and moods.
Think of Core Detail Connect as a friendly habit rather than a strict rulebook, because its purpose is to reduce friction when you speak, help you start fast, continue calmly, and finish strong, giving you a reliable path through any topic, work, study, travel, or daily life, while keeping your voice natural, your message clear, and your confidence rising with each sentence you build, one simple chunk at a time.
Let's put Core Detail Connect into action with a gentle warm-up using a familiar topic like morning routine. Core, I make coffee. Details, at home, every morning. Before work, for a quick boost. Connect, so I sit by the window and plan the day. Then I check my schedule. And if a task feels heavy, I break it into tiny steps, because small wins keep my focus steady and my confidence relaxed.
Repeat with me in short beats, letting your voice stay calm and continuous. I make coffee, at home, every morning, before work. So I sit by the window. Then I check my schedule. Now add your personal piece, like with music or with a friend. If your mind blanks, say something for now and continue. Because fluency grows from motion, not from perfect memory or long pauses.
Try a commuting topic to see the same frame working anywhere. Core, I take the bus. Details, in the morning, to the office, when the weather is rainy. Connect, so I listen to a podcast and practice speaking softly. Then I note 3 new words. But if the bus is crowded, I stand near the door and breathe slowly, because steady breathing keeps sentences smooth, and this small ritual turns travel time into practice time without extra stress.
Now food, which is an easy playground for practicing. Core, I cook pasta. Details, on Sundays at home with a friend for a cozy dinner. Connect. Then we taste a new sauce, and if the flavor is weak, we add more herbs. But if we are tired, we order pizza and laugh about the experiment. Because the goal is to enjoy the moment while you keep your English moving, and the taste of progress matters more than the perfect recipe.
When a word disappears from your mind, use placeholders to protect your rhythm. Something, someone, somewhere, and watch how the sentence still works. I noticed something interesting at the store, so I checked the price. Then someone called me, and I forgot the name, but I saved a photo, because the important part is staying in motion while the details catch up, and that choice protects your flow when memory is slow.
Let's do a micro drill together and feel the pacing in your mouth. Whisper the scaffolding words first to guide your flow. First, next, then, after that. And fill them with short chunks like first I stretch, next I drink water, then I read a page. After that I start work. Keep everything easy to say in one breath, letting tiny pauses act as commas rather than stops, so your message stays smooth and your thoughts arrive on time.
Set a 1-minute timer and build a chain on weekend plans. Core, I rest. Details, on Saturday morning, at home, after a busy week. Connect, so I sleep a bit longer and cook a big breakfast. Then I call a friend and go for a walk. But if it rains, I watch a documentary and stretch. Because flexible plans keep the story flowing, and I choose comfortable words I know instead of fancy ones to keep the rhythm steady.
Take 20 seconds now, pick any daily topic, and build your own CDC chain out loud, recording if possible. Say a tiny core, add 2 details, choose a connector, and keep layering until you feel a gentle rhythm. If you freeze, lower your speed, use a placeholder, and continue. When you finish, write your best 3-part chain in the comments so we can cheer you on and notice how your energy lifts when you keep moving.
Did you notice how your voice settled the moment you built the core, added short details, and used a simple connector to keep moving, even when a word hid for a second? Because that steady rhythm is the first big benefit. Your nerves calm down, your breathing evens out, and the fear of mistakes shrinks as momentum carries you forward, giving you the courage to speak longer without feeling rushed or stuck.
Another benefit is clarity for your listener, since Core Detail Connect organizes your ideas in a clean order that turns scattered thoughts into a simple story, reducing filler words and repetition while making the logic visible with connectors like and, but, so, and because, which means people understand you faster, reply more easily, and feel the natural flow that keeps conversations comfortable and engaging.
Speed is the next win because short chunks let your mouth move before doubt arrives. Training automaticity as your brain grabs ready-made patterns instead of building from zero. And over time, you stop translating word by word. You start thinking in direct images and actions, and your sentences appear faster with fewer pauses, which makes everyday chats, meetings, and small talk feel lighter and far more manageable.
The method is flexible across topics and levels, since you can keep the core tiny, add just one detail, and choose a single connector, or expand into a longer chain when you feel strong, which makes it useful for quick warm-ups, voice notes, real conversations, and storytelling, letting you adapt to a busy day, a quiet study session, or an energetic group practice without losing structure or confidence.
Vocabulary grows naturally as details invite you to reach for specific time words, places, reasons, manners, and feelings. And because you reuse them across topics, those words stick, while connectors teach you how ideas relate, cause, contrast, sequence. So your language becomes more precise and memorable, and your stories become easier to remember later, since the order of pieces acts like a map in your mind.
Pronunciation and rhythm improve because chunking encourages clear stress, short pauses, and smooth intonation. And when each piece fits into one breath, your speech sounds calmer and more deliberate, which helps listeners follow you, even if grammar is not perfect. While you gain control over pacing, avoid rushing the ends of sentences, and keep a steady musical line that feels confident and pleasant to the ear.
Another benefit is smarter error management. Since you speak first, then review one small fix per round, maybe a verb ending, a preposition, or a cleaner connector, which turns correction into a simple habit instead of a stressful interruption. And this loop of speak, record, review, and upgrade builds steady progress without overload, preserving your confidence while tightening accuracy day by day.
Best of all, progress becomes measurable and motivating, because you can time a 2-minute sprint and track longer chains, fewer long pauses, clearer connectors, and richer details. And when you compare recordings over a week, you hear stronger flow and feel more spontaneous, which proves to your brain that practice is working, boosts your consistency, and keeps your motivation high without needing huge blocks of time.
Since you've heard how CDC boosts calm, clarity, and speed, let's turn that into a daily routine you can trust. Grab a phone timer and a pen, pick one friendly topic like morning, food, or work, stand or sit tall so breathing is easy, relax your jaw with a small smile, and promise yourself you'll keep moving for 2 minutes, because momentum is the magic that makes words appear when you need them.
Step 1 is core in 30 seconds, where you create 3 tiny sentences that start your engine. Think subject plus action, maybe an object, like I plan my day, I drink water, I open the window, and you say them out loud in a steady rhythm without judging grammar, because the goal is to feel the green light and let your voice roll before doubt arrives, keeping each core short enough for one calm breath.
Step 2 is detail for another 30 to 40 seconds, where you attach small pieces such as when, where, how often, with whom, and why, choosing just 2 details per core so your sentence grows without strain, keeping each add-on to 3 to 5 words like in the morning, at my desk, for focus, and giving yourself freedom to shuffle or skip a detail if your mouth hesitates, so the pace stays kind and smooth.
Step 3 is connect for about 50 seconds, where you link ideas to form a simple chain using friendly connectors like and, but, so, then, and because, deliberately mixing them to avoid the and trap, placing tiny pauses like commas between chunks so your breath stays steady, and letting the story walk forward. First core, then detail, then a connector, until you feel a comfortable, low-pressure rhythm in your mouth.
Step 4 is record and review for around 60 seconds, where you press record, speak your chain, then replay once and choose exactly one micro upgrade. Maybe a cleaner verb, a sharper detail, or a better connector. Writing it in your notebook with the time and topic, because one fix per round keeps you improving without overwhelm, and the recording gives proof of progress that your brain can hear, and trust.
Step 5 is adjust, where you either simplify or stretch based on how you feel. If your flow gets sticky, strip one detail and keep moving. But if you feel strong, add one new detail or extend the chain by one connector, always protecting clarity and breath. And whenever a word disappears, you drop in a placeholder like something or somewhere and continue, finishing with a short recap line to close the arc.
Step 6 is support, where you prepare a small word bank you can glance at during sprints, including time words like in the evening and on weekends, places like at home and at the office, reasons like to focus and because I'm learning, feelings like excited or tired, plus a rotating topic list: morning, food, work, free time, travel, friends, goals. So practice starts fast and never depends on inspiration.
Step 7 is social or solo play, where you practice with a partner by taking turns to add a core, a detail, or a connector while the other person mirrors and expands. Or you practice alone with prompt cards, and you gamify it by counting unique connectors used, timing 2-minute sprints, and ending each session by naming one feeling and one win, because consistency grows when the routine feels light, short, and fun.
As you settle into the routine, a common trap is planning the whole sentence in your head and overloading it before you speak, which creates tension, stalls your breath, and leads to silence. Avoid this by launching with a tiny core in the first second. Add one short detail, then a connector, and promise to correct only after the idea ends, using a 5-second go rule, a finger tap cue, and one calm breath to push you into motion. And if ideas pile up, park them on a note and return later so the current sentence stays light and breathable.
Another frequent mistake is the and trap, where every link becomes and your story turns into one long, flat line that tires the listener and steals contrast. Fix it by rotating simple connectors, so for results, but for contrast, because for reasons, then for sequence, keeping a sticky note with 4 choices in front of you, and counting unique connectors per minute to nudge variety without stress. And if you catch yourself stacking in 3 times in a row, pause for a heartbeat and replace one with butter so to restore shape and energy. And over time, your ears will start to expect variety, which naturally improves your storytelling without extra study.
Long pauses while you search for the perfect word can freeze momentum and create awkward restarts. Protect your flow by dropping a placeholder like something, someone, or somewhere, or by describing the idea with a quick alternative phrase, and mark the missing word with a tiny X in your notes so you can look it up later, while you keep breathing, keep speaking, and let the conversation keep moving. And avoid apology loops that pull focus from your message. If the missing word appears mid-sentence, slide it in and keep going instead of rewinding, because forward motion is your priority.
Another pitfall is building giant detail chains that feel heavy, strings of prepositional phrases that bend your sentence out of shape and make you run out of air. Limit yourself to 2 short details per core, 3 to 5 words each. And if your breath tightens, drop one detail and keep going, using tiny comma-like pauses, stronger verbs, and a clear subject to carry the weight instead of long decorations. Remember, you can reorder details freely without breaking the message, and if a detail feels decorative rather than essential, cut it and let the connector move you to the next idea.
Speaking in a monotone or rushing the ends of sentences makes your message hard to follow and hides your structure. Fix it by chunking into one-breath units, placing micro-pauses before connectors, and aiming for a gentle rise on the core and a soft landing on the detail, clapping lightly on each connector during practice to teach your body the rhythm that keeps listeners engaged and you relaxed. Record a short sample to check if your voice fades at the end, then adjust. And if you notice tension in your jaw or shoulders, shake it out between chains so your voice has space to resonate.
Perfection paralysis shows up when you try to fix every grammar point live, which crowds your attention and crushes speed. Replace it with a one-target rule where each sprint focuses on a single upgrade, such as past endings, prepositions of place, or clearer pronouns, and treat all other issues as invisible for now, writing them down for later. So momentum and confidence stay safe. Celebrate one small win per round to reinforce the habit. Because accuracy grows faster when it rides on top of steady rhythm rather than replacing it.
Chasing rare vocabulary during speaking practice creates friction and breaks flow, because your mind jumps into search mode and your mouth stalls. Keep your core and connectors simple. Choose friendly words you already own and add precision through short details like time, place, and reason, using a 24-hour lookup rule for new words so you stay present now and expand calmly later without derailing the session. And if a topic truly demands a new term, say a simple description now and learn the precise word after practice, writing it in your notebook with a quick example chain.
A subtle error is forgetting the listener, which means you speak longer but leave people unsure about your point. Build a quick listener check into your habit by asking yourself after one chain whether the core was obvious, the details were short, and the connectors showed logic. And during review, trim repetition, swap one vague word for a concrete noun, and add a final summary line to seal clarity. And remember that clarity is kindness in conversation, making it easier for others to respond and for you to feel successful while you build fluency day by day.
To lock in those fixes, let's run a simple daily 2-minute CDC sprint that respects your breath and time. Set a timer, choose one friendly topic, roll your shoulders back, start talking within the first second, and keep moving for the full 2 minutes. If a word hides, drop a placeholder like something or somewhere. Keep the story flowing and promise to review after, not during, so confidence grows and speaking feels lighter every day.
Here's the shape. 30 seconds core, 30 seconds detail, 60 seconds connect. Build 3 tiny cores, add 2 short details to each, and link them into one calm chain using and, but, so, then, because. Whisper the connector first if it helps. Speak in one-breath chunks, and treat micropauses like commas, not breaks, so rhythm stays smooth. Your mouth stays relaxed, and you never wait for perfect words to appear.
Play the connector ladder to avoid the and trap. During your 60-second linking phase, you must use at least 3 different connectors, and you score 1 point for each unique connector beyond the first 3. Keep a small list visible. And, but, so, because, then, after that, however, tap the paper as you use each one and aim to beat yesterday's score without speeding up or losing clarity in your voice.
Use the 2-detail rule to keep sentences light. For every core, allow only 2 details of 3 to 5 words each: when, where, how, or why. And if your breath tightens, cut 1 detail and continue. Do a quick breath check by saying the line in one comfortable exhale. Prefer stronger verbs over long decorations, and let connectors carry you forward so your message stays vivid and easy to answer.
Finish each sprint with a record and reflect minute. Hit record, speak your chain, replay once, and choose exactly 1 micro upgrade for the next round. Cleaner verb, sharper detail, or better connector. Writing it in your notebook with date, time, and topic. Resist fixing everything at once, because one precise improvement repeated daily compounds into fluency you can hear and feel in real conversations.
Turn it into a quick game with a friend. Take 20-second turns. One says a core, the other adds a detail, then a connector, and repeat, clapping softly on each link to keep rhythm. If someone freezes, they say pass and the other continues. No apologies. After 2 minutes, swap roles, pick a new topic, and celebrate 1 clear sentence each to anchor confidence with playful momentum.
Follow a simple 7-day path so variety happens without planning. Day 1, morning habits. Day 2, food. Day 3, work tasks. Day 4, free time. Day 5, travel. Day 6, friends. Day 7, goals. Keep notes of your best chain each day. Highlight 1 connector you used well. Circle one detail to simplify tomorrow, and watch how the streak builds flow even on busy days when energy is low.
When you finish today's sprint, share your strongest three-part chain in the comments and tell us which connector felt most natural. We'll read a few on the next episode and offer one tiny upgrade you can try tomorrow, so your practice loop gets feedback and energy. Your progress becomes visible, and your voice learns that fluency can be built in just 2 focused minutes a day.
Today we eased into speaking by shaking off tension and exploring Core Detail Connect, where you start with a tiny core, add short details, and link ideas with simple connectors, letting speed lead accuracy so you think in English, keep your breath calm, and turn small thoughts into clear, longer sentences that grow naturally without pressure, even when a word hides for a moment, and you simply keep the flow moving.
We practice the frame with everyday themes by building a core of subject plus action, layering quick details like when, where, how, or why, and threading the chain with and, but, so, then, and because, while using placeholders like something or somewhere when memory slips, speaking in one-breath chunks with tiny comma pauses so rhythm stays smooth, confidence rises, and your ideas keep walking forward.
The benefits stacked up fast. Calmer nerves because your mouth starts moving, clearer messages because the order makes sense, faster replies as chunks become automatic, richer vocabulary from reusable details, stronger pronunciation and pacing from chunking, and measurable progress when you record, review one small fix, and hear how pauses shrink and stories lengthen over days without requiring long or exhausting study sessions.
Your daily routine is simple and flexible. Run a 2-minute CDC sprint with 30 seconds of core, 30 seconds of detail, and 60 seconds of connect. Keep a small word bank of time, place, reason, and feelings. Speak with friendly words you already own. Record one round and choose a single micro-upgrade. Practice solo or with a partner. And adapt topics to your day so consistency is easy and momentum grows.
We also called out common traps and gave fixes, over-planning instead of starting, falling into the and trap rather than rotating connectors, stacking heavy detail strings that steal your breath, speaking in a monotone or rushing endings, chasing rare words mid-flow, and trying to fix every grammar point at once so you protect clarity, variety, breath, and confidence while keeping steady forward motion as your safety net.
Tell us in the comments what clicked for you today by posting your best 3-part chain, the connector that felt most natural, one detail you simplified to keep breathing easy, and any question you still have. Plus, suggest a topic you want more practice with, because your examples guide our next drills, and your questions help other learners who share the same challenges and need the same encouragement.
If you made it all the way here, you clearly want stronger fluency, so type the single word forever in the comments to show you reached the end. And while you are there, please tap like, subscribe to Speak English Podcast and ring the bell, because your support tells the platform to share this lesson with more learners, and it keeps our weekly speaking workouts reaching you right on time.
Thank you for training with us today. Keep your practice light and daily with one short sprint. Remember Core Detail Connect whenever you speak, and celebrate each tiny win you record. And before you go share this video with a friend who wants easier English, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, then drop your forever comment so we can cheer your progress and keep you inspired.